A friend of mine asked me to do a video about the Paul Pierce ESPN situation. And anyone who knows me knows, truthfully, I don't care. However, I'm going to answer from what I've observed from the situation. And so if people do not know, Paul Pierce is a retired NBA player who was an analyst for ESPN. In Instagram live chat, that's what they call it. He was, I'm assuming, playing poker, smoking cigars, and having strippers, women of pleasure, twerking in and giving him massages. And after whatever conversation and actions that he had in the video, from what I've read, ESPN, this is alleged, I guess, because I don't know the truth or validity of anything if I haven't actually participated in it, but ESPN released him from his job as a commentator. So now I'm assuming that ESPN, which is owned by Disney, from what I've heard, they have a morality clause, and somehow, some way, him having strippers and smoking cigars or whatever he smoked and saying certain things got him removed. However, this is what I think the problem is. We want a world where people are fake. We can't be who we really are. Now, we all know in privacy, people curse, but you're not supposed to curse on public platforms. I understand that. But when can you separate your job from who you are? That's the question. Hopefully the way I'm framing it will make some type of sense. But it's like the world knows what men are and what we want to do. And most people know what people do in their privacy on their home, or even if they make it public, it's still their home. They're not forcing on anybody. No one has to check out his Instagram. It's not going to make you think any less of Disney or ESPN. So whatever he does is what men do. Men have bachelor parties. Women have bachelorette parties. We have strip clubs in America. People go to see strippers. People watch X-rated movies all the time. People do it. Children come from physical intimacy between men and women. That's what happens. So because Paul Pierce was being a man, maybe because he broke, I guess, his COVID protocols, because we're assuming that all the people that were there probably didn't have a shot and he had a mask on. I don't know. They released him. That doesn't make sense to me, and we don't know exactly when it happened because I'm not a follower. It's just weird to me that the world we have today, we don't want people to be honest and real anymore. We want people to be these caricatures, or these images of people. And when people really show you who they really are, we want to cancel them. We have this weird culture now, where now we're trying to erase everyone. You can't be who you really are. You must be fake. You must fit into my paradigm of what I think a man or woman should be. And then when you find out who they really are, that's when the scandal ensues. Me, I'm not a morality police. I'm not an ethical sergeant. I'm not here to enforce any ways that you should behave. I just think that you should be honest. I listen to a lot of people when they give their opinion. And a lot of people, to me, are negative, just so negative. And there's always a problem with everything. Listen, I feel that whatever you do, you're free to do as long as you're not hurting other people. Everyone could be a mentor and everybody can be a role model, but nobody has to be a mentor and nobody is responsible for being your quote unquote role model. So if you don't like the way I'm living my life, don't follow me. But if you like the way that I'm living my life, follow me. We elevate people and then we diminish them for doing things that humans do. I use the toilet every day, but if I do it in a place where you think I shouldn't do it, I shouldn't do it. I'm wrong. The world isn't fair. There are some people who don't own homes, who can't get to our house and they got to go. Are we going to take them to jail because they use the toilet and nobody want to let them use the toilet and they couldn't make it somewhere? I mean, the way we think in general is so amazingly weird to me. I think, truthfully, all you guys are weirdos. Maybe I'm the weirdest weirdo, but I try to think about why I'm doing everything and why I don't get offended easily. I don't accept things, but I don't know other people's lives. I don't know how they're raised or their upbringing, and I don't knock you for what you believe in because it's your belief, or for your opinion because it's your opinion. But so many of you are so negative, so mean and malicious. Paul Pierce does what almost every man I've ever met in my life has done. It's it's very few men that I know in my life that's never been to a strip club. I'm not saying that all men, but most men want to see women naked. And most men don't mind seeing having a casual affair with women or seeing women twerking. It doesn't really bother most men. The men that are, I guess I'm assuming, because I don't know what other people think, the men that are really bothered by that type of stuff are the men who can't get into those situations. And for, how could he do that? What about my daughter? Listen, I am not a father, but if I was a father, I can't control what other people do. Once my child is grown, they're going to do what they want to do. So I just try to treat everyone with dignity and respect, the best that I can do. And do I think that ESPN or Disney was in the right to, if they fired or separated from Paul Pierce, should they have done it? Business-wise, they got to do what's best for them. So I probably wouldn't have done it, but I'm not trying to promote an image of being family-friendly and children-friendly. I want to be a real person, and I want to talk about real things. Now, people don't know. I got a potty mouth. I can curse better than anyone you know. I don't mind cursing. I don't mind being explicit in my language, but I may not be explicit all the time, because sometimes to convey a message, you don't have to be explicit. You can just be steadfast and resolute and say it in a certain way that if somebody has a moderate level of comprehension, they can understand. So I'm not mad at Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce is a man. He's going to do what men do. He was with his fellas. And every dude I know, married or not, belief or not, they want to see beautiful women. And, we're animalistic. We're animals. Who doesn't want to see attractive women scantily clad? Morally, it could be wrong. And some people want to smoke cigars, stogies, or marijuana. You do that. That's not what I'm doing, but you can do that. Maybe you want to sip on some fine whiskey, cognac, or some type of spirit. Do that. I'm not knocking you. But should I get fired from my job because I went to a strip club? That doesn't make sense to me. But these weird rules and regulations, it's weird. When a man says, I want to do manly things and I want to grab her, does that mean I have to be fired? So do we fire, this is going to be wrong, but do we fire women for using their beauty to get in an advantageous position? I'm just saying, we don't. If I'm not mad at what anyone does, as long as you don't rob from somebody, or as long as you're not physically hurting somebody. Now, I can't address mental anguish because that's something that each individual has to deal with. I don't know what's mentally painful for you, just like you don't know what's mentally painful for me. And really, I don't find whether people do to ever be mentally painful unless they start messing with me, because I don't really like people messing with me. That's a pet peeve of mine. I'm doing me. You do you. I don't like to be bothered. I don't like to be disturbed. And I'm always fighting that battle. I'm always fighting that battle to not let what other people say when I don't want them to mess with me, bother me. And I'm trying to become more patient, and I'm trying to become a better listener. I'm going to say something else. I find it hard to listen to most people because they can't get to the point. It doesn't take long to put your message out there. I don't know why it takes everybody else 50,000 years to say something that you can be so succinct with. You can be so short and concise. I don't know, but it just seems like it does. So my thoughts overall on Paul Pierce. I'm pretty sure he's financially well off. It's nothing but a pea pod in the bucket. And sooner or later, society will move past the situation and we'll be more open and honest about dudes that want to trick their money off on strippers. I mean, that's what you want to do. By all means, I'm not mad at you. Everybody has these rules. You shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that. But hey, people do what they do. There's a lot of girls out there that are going to the strip club, paying for their college, or getting supplementary income to take care of their children if they have it, or just to be independent because the job market is shrunken. And we don't knock people for what they do, and it's all good, right? I mean, you may knock them, but I don't care. I'm different than all of you because I don't care what other people do. Not at all. I'm going to say it again. As long as you're not hurting someone else, as long as you're not stealing from somebody else, I am not your morality police. I'm not your ethical sergeant. I'm not about to write you a ticket because you chose to smoke a cigarette or you chose to put a tattoo on your shoulder. That's your choice. I don't care what you do. Just be happy. Respect people who respect you. Don't worry about what other people do. And if you find this is interesting and you want me to say something else, then criticize me, because I just hope Paul Pierce is living his best life, just like I hope you are. And the problem with the world we live in today is that we have to really think about what we say because it can impact us in so many ways, unless you're that person who's so financially well off, so economically powered that you don't have to worry about somebody trying to stop your ability to trade or to earn or to finance something. You do that. You be you. And I'm telling y'all, I'll get my Paul Pierce on in a minute. I'll be like, twerk it, girl. And I'll make it rain. I'm done. I'm just being silly. But anyway, if you think I'm wrong for saying that, tell me I'm wrong. It really doesn't move me one way or the other. But if you think I'm right, say, Charles, I agree with you. You got to do what's right for you. Hey, I ain't mad at the diesel woman. Go get yours. Because if you don't get it, somebody else will, make the market cheaper for us all. All right, I'm done.